Anything I can do to help you out as you guys come up on me?
I'm just trying to sit in and not waste energy.
All right. It's good that we even have a moniker as UATP people.
There are 11 people in this field, and only one of the other ones did the first race.
There was one person in my field, namely me, and there are 9. And how sure are we that there's no downside to doing the race separately?
That's what the herd lady running it said yesterday on Facebook.
Yeah, I saw that. God, she's going to get a lot of pushback, but the reason I asked, of course, these people are a minute in front of me already. They didn't ride earlier. So I just can't decide if I'm better finishing this one at 7th place or going later today or tomorrow morning. Really, the thing is to do them back to back, so I'm kind of inclined to finish,
Yeah.
And actually,
I won't do this again if I have to do it later.
Yeah. Well, I could finish it and then do it again tomorrow at 10:30. That's probably an option. Yeah, when people are signed up that.
I'm just annoyed this is going to take down my Swift Racing ranking.
Oh, is it? Well, it's going to take down what racing? Your score, the new scoring thing?
The score on the ladder app.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Well, that's an advantage in some sense, isn't it?
Unless I drop down a category and can't race ladder anymore.
Oh, I see. In other words, well, I thought that, actually, I don't know enough about to even ask the right question.
Hey, sorry I couldn't join you guys this morning. Got up a little late. See you around. Nice, Paul. Nice work. See you round in the top now. That's gotta feel good. It's like 21 minutes or so. All right, stay on the gas, Ed.
Yeah, I think it'll probably turn out all right. I suspect 2 of those people aren't even on with power, so. Interesting, we started with 9, and 5 people dropped out.
Oh, wow. I'm looking at Swift Power right now.
Yeah.
And, was Swift Power live?
I checked it before, maybe 10 minutes before banner drop, and there were 2 other people.
Well, I was the first one who did both races to finish, but the winner of each race didn't do the other race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm a little disappointed. I really think they should have kept the option pairs together, but it is what it is.
Well, my concern is that I was telling Ed, these affect your Zwift racing.app scores, and that's what determines what we can do ladders. And if 80% of the field in race 2 wasn't in race 1, and I lose to all those fresh guys, it tanks my Zwift racing score and potentially affects whether I can race with the ladder team anymore.
Interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting consequence.
Fortunately for the first 5, we're not on Zwift Power, so even though I was 6th, I was only 2nd on Zwift Power, so it probably won't hurt my score too much.
Excellent.
Yeah, I like it. I like the new dynamic. It adds a fresh new perspective to categories.
Yeah. Well, and this race, if they paired them, I would have liked it a lot better. I know I didn't follow the guy who won race 1 because I was trying to save myself for race 2. And then he didn't do race 2. So, but it is what it is. It's kind of like the Omnium. When they did that, random people would show up and you just had to learn to deal with it.
Yeah, good, exactly. Good example.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed when quote, I don't have time to do that, close quote, response, you know what I mean, from the third lady. Hell, I'd have made something up. Technology won't let me do it, or something.
But now you know, and other people on our team, it looks like our team so far has been doing them together, but people can start not, because we know.
Yeah, that was the spirit of it, I think it's cool if we're doing it together, quite honestly.
Yeah, I mean, because they're so different, a short sprint versus a sustained FTP test, they're very different efforts. And doing them back-to-back is a good test.
Yeah. I agree.
And there's the strategy. Do you take the first one easy so you can hammer the second one? Or hammer them both? Or just try and win one and hope you can survive the other?
I like it for the very fact that it's made people think. It's been interesting.
Yeah. I mean, since bike switches on gravel aren't as important anymore, this kind of strategy, and that's the same thing with the Omnium. That's what I liked about the Omnium, is it made me try and strategize.
Shifting gears here a little bit. Do either of you guys have Zwift steering?
Yes.
You both do? Okay. Well, it finally dawned on me yesterday or this week when Lloyd was talking about optimizing his bike leg in the duathlon using steering. I don't know if you caught wind of that conversation.
I'm not on that thread.
Apparently he's done Lloyd's awesome. He did this experiment with doing the 35-minute bike as inefficiently as possible in terms of making the course as long as possible. So winding back and forth across the road, and his result was kind of on par with what the distance was. See, it's a time-based workout. It's 35 minutes, so you try to go as far as you can. And then he did the opposite, and he rode it as efficiently as possible with the shortest line. And he ended up gaining about 400 meters over 35 minutes, which is equal to like 4 points in the duathlon, which is pretty substantial, just by optimizing his line. So he ended up
go downhill.
Yeah. That's exactly.
If you go downhill, the shortest line is the steepest line, so you go faster by taking the shortest line. Going uphill, the shortest line is also the steepest line. But if it's not that big of a difference and you can power through it, it's still faster.
Yeah, so it was really interesting how he basically gained a whole bunch of points. So he finished the duathlon riding close to other riders that would say have 20 kilometers even at the finish of the race. And then when he finished, he'd be basically right in line with them, but he'd have 20.4 kilometers. It would tack on an additional 400 meters to his distance from the listed distance. So it's one kind of cool way to use the steering to optimize a race that you really should be doing that sort of thing. You should be like in a time trial, just cutting the corners as much as possible. And it's proving to actually work. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know I'm like descending the volcano. I have gone like, I want to say 300 meters less if I take the shortest line than somebody else who didn't have steering. And 300 meters down the volcano, especially for Ed and I who are heavy guys, that means we're going faster and we can catch a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I've held off from getting steering. Now I clearly have to get it.
Well, it can help and keep the draft too, stand in the draft.
Is there a way to get to cheat and get a keystroke hotkey to do steering rather than buying their hardware device?
So far, no.
Okay, so they got it locked up in encryption.
Unless you have a smart bike.
I do not. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a smart bike, and I don't think it's been implemented.
What kind of bike do you have? I know the kicker bike had it. Oh, someone told me the kicker bike did have it. Maybe it's not working right.
Well, maybe. That could be. There's some buttons on it. It's the version 1, but so there's two switches on the top of each handlebar, and one is reverse, one triggers the power up on the same side of the bar. Maybe the ones on the other side do left right. I'll have to try that. I don't know.
Ed, man, you're spin those legs, man. 50 RPM. Jeez.
Never
there you go.
Much. Yeah, I get the top of it, things slow down.
Yeah. No, I saw your RPMs at 50. I was like, holy crap.
Riding through the ice. Snow, honey.
Wow, I thought my 65 was slow. That is a climb at 50.
Yeah. Just cresting the top now. Nice work, Ed.
Let's see where I wind up on this. I think it'll be top 3, and it may only be 3.
Yeah, you're going to get second. You're going to get second. That's awesome.
I got to stay with it. I bet you tomorrow at 10:30, man, we'll be crowded for this one.
Oh crap! Now a whole bunch of people got added into Zwift Power, and I'm not. That sucks.
So Paul, I think it sounds like you've clearly given this some thought. Is it a 50-50 reward for each of these events towards GC, or is it 100% and 100%?
It's 100% and 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're really having a 7 event series,
Yes.
essentially.
Yeah. It's best
Well,
5 out of
that's an
7.
interesting question. So if one of these is your worst result, one of these two, they're going to throw that out. If you've done,
If you've done
Yes.
all 7, yes.
Still best. So wait a second. Is individual is best 6 out of 7?
I don't know, that's 5 out of 6. I thought.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I know you had the option to miss one. So
Someone said because they're now 7 is actually best 5 out of 7 because they're taking your top 5, but I do not know.
I think that would make
That
sense.
makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So the original was best 5 out of 6. Now that it's a 7 event series, you're thinking it's best 5 out of 7.
I am not sure, but that's what someone told me.
That makes
Someone
that's what I go with. Yeah. I'm still a little disappointed they didn't link the two together because it's, I don't know, it just would have been that much more of a challenge. And they put that effort into the timing of the second race.
Yeah.
And I made the point, why do they even bother doing that if they weren't requiring you to do 2 consecutive races?
Well, it's an odd little addition anyway, if you ask me. I mean, challenge the back-to-back effort is not starting fine.
I think they thought up the idea, they thought it'd be a cool idea, but then didn't think through the consequences of it. And I think it is a cool idea. It's just how it's run, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like somebody ought to have the program somewhere to be able to sort through that stuff and figure out easily whether people race them back-to-back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's much easier with the tiny races because there's only one option for the tiny thing. Anyway,
I never did the tiny races. You have to do all of them to get
You do.
credit
Yes.
for them, right? Okay.
Yep.
Unlike this race where you could do one or the other.
Right, which is why everybody was wondering, do you have to do both? Impressive.
Do you even have to bother doing both? Yes. Like if you've already done 6 races, you could
Right.
just do one, for instance, for one improvement. Or, yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Well,
Zwift in general is known for sort of changing the rules, so I figured I'm gonna do them back to back, and then I'll be safe.
yeah. Cool. Well, I'm really excited. I think I could finally stream again. I've been having trouble with OBS Studio not giving me a solid stream, so I switched over to Streamlabs. I tested it last night, and it was flawless. I had a really clean stream without frame rate issues or drops. So hopefully I'll be getting back to streaming, and I want to get more active, just streaming other people too. So look for that.
Well, I'm going to sign off and go do the rest of my Saturday. Guess a great weekend.
All right, see y'all.
Yeah, you too. Sorry I couldn't join you this morning. I got up just a little too late. So
Better late than never, man. It's good to hear you.
You too, guys. You too. Have a good one, Ed.
All right, see you, Mitch.
See you, Mom. Have a good one.